So I was having a conversation with someone yesterday who just recently is dealing with the effects of the pandemic. Up until this point of the year, it hasn't infected their industry, but we're getting into winter where it will completely affect their industry. And I want to share this with you because it really made me think about something. I feel a little guilty because it was kind of, it was almost, I don't want to say funny, but it was a little bit funny watching this person go through all of the emotions that all of us in education have gone through, which is, first it's like denial. Oh, we'll be fine. This is affecting somebody else. And then, the realization, it's almost like the stages of grief. It's like the realization of what you're going through and how much this is going to impact what you're doing and how you're not going to have control over everything you want. And sometimes the best isn't going to be anywhere what you thought it was going to be. So as I watched him go through those emotions, it made me think about something because I had been conveying to him throughout the year, it's a friend, and like how much that, the pandemic has been so disruptive to education. He's like, I get it, I get it. I'm like, but I don't think you really get it. And yesterday was where I saw he really got it. And it made me think about something that I am guilty of. I think we're all guilty of it in education and in life. And it's something called, it's not a problem until it's a problem for you. The best example of this I can give you is when we had our developmental education reform that we did in my department. Dev Ed had not been working in my department for years. And we all knew that. We were like, yep, that's a problem. Beginning algebra pass rates are really low. It just is. Don't know what we can do about it. And then in 2007, several of us who hadn't been teaching the developmental courses, we'd been teaching just higher level stuff, we came back and we started teaching some beginning and intermediate algebra. We were just shaking up our schedules a little bit. And all of a sudden we realized, holy cow, this is not good. But again, it wasn't a problem until it was a problem for us. Once we started teaching it, we're like, oh, wow, we have too many students in the class. The pass rates are terrible. We have too much material. We're not consistent across sections. The way we assess doesn't make sense. It was just like wildly obvious. And then it's all of a sudden like, oh, crud, we've got to fix this. I mean, just you feel compelled. Yes, you yourself don't want to see the problem, but it's like it's just sitting right in front of you. So it's like you have to fix it. And that's actually what led to changing our whole developmental program, and then led me onto a journey of all kinds of other reforms after that. But I just thought that was interesting, and I think it's something that happens all the time. It definitely happens in every industry, but it really happens in education. There is something that is not working, and we'll hear it, maybe an administrator will mention it to faculty, or faculty will mention it to administrator. It can come from any part, it can come from student services. It can come from any part of a high school or a college, or a state, a system, wherever. And a lot of times the people who need to deal with it won't, because it's not a problem for them yet. And watching this person dealing with the pandemic, it just like, oh, it was just fascinating. And again, I feel bad that I'm a little bit gleeful that they had a kind of a wake up call. It's like, yeah, this is hard, what we're going through right now. And what the major takeaway that he came away with for his industry was, we're just not going to be able to do what we always do this winter. And he was very frustrated by that he just had to accept that what they were going to be able to do is just going to have to be good enough, and it's not going to be the ideal. And not that I had tons of sage words of wisdom today, but one of the things I thought that we could all take from this is, sometimes we just have to accept that things aren't going to be the ideal, and that's hard. And there's 1,000 examples where we're all dealing with this right now that we don't want to accept that, but we really don't have a choice. And secondly, is there any place where there's a problem for someone else that we are dismissing because it isn't a problem for us right now? I am absolutely sure there's a place where I am doing this. I bet you're doing this. So I'm going to kind of challenge all of us to think about that. Is there some place where someone has posed an issue to us and we aren't taking it seriously enough because it's not currently an issue for us? So something to think about. I'm sure I can come up with something that I need to work on. So just words to ponder on your Wednesday. Hope the rest of your week is wonderful.